What's going on, y'all? This is actually going to be one of my first videos that I've ever done on my channel. I have a channel that I do with my wife. You guys can go over there and check it out if you want to. But I kind of wanted to start something on my own, and it's going to be called A Day with Jay. I'm a pretty boring guy. Y'all just going to be boring with me. But something has just been on my mind about these car prices and how ridiculous they are. I just cannot imagine paying $80, $90, $100,000 for a car that was roughly $40, $50, $60,000 10 years ago. Like, how did we get here? You know, I was just like every other kid, you know, 15, 16 years old, you know, I'm about to age myself, but back in the 2000s, early 2000s, you know, I was 15, 16 years old, and I used to go, if y'all know about this, y'all some true OGs. I used to go to CarDomain.com, and I used to type in all types of and look at different types of vehicles and stuff on there. One of my favorite cars back in the day was Camaro SS, Z28, Trans Am WS6. I really love the square body Tahoes, the Silverados, 95 Mustang 5.0s, all that. So I used to just, you know, browse around there, you know, thinking one day I'm going to be able to afford one of these cars. Fast forward to 2016. By this time I've already been through like a few different cars, but 2016 is where I got my first brand spanking new car that I drove legitly off the lot, and I really didn't even know how to drive a manual. But I was like, you know what, I'm about to buy this car and I'm about to learn how, you know, to go through first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth gear. Mind you, this car has 6 gears, and I'm going to learn in this beast. My first brand new car was a 2016 Mustang GT 5.0 6-speed. And mind you, the only experience that I had driving a car that was a manual was pulling it in and out of garage shops. I used to work in at the dealership on cars, but I was so determined to get this car. So I got the car, which was crazy story in itself with the sales guy. I actually got him fired. I'll say that for another story. I got the car, drove it around. I had it for about 2 years. Within like the first 2 months, I put a Corsa Extreme exhaust on it. So that mug was screaming through the city. I used to get people stopping me all the time, you know, what kind of car or what kind of exhaust is that? Yo, rev it up, do burnouts, you know, all the stuff. You know, the reason why you buy a car like that, like you get all the attention that you want from buying a car like that. You ain't getting no girls. For people who think that, you know, I'm gonna buy a car to get girls, it's not girls. You're gonna get a whole bunch of dudes, middle-aged men, coming up to you at the gas station, wanting to talk to you, wanting to get your number. If you want to attract dudes, get you a muscle car. But anyway, I had it for 2 years. I put roughly, I put about 28,000 miles on it in 2 years, which is about right, almost about 15,000, 12 to 15,000 a year. The same dealership that sold me the car called me wanting to buy it from me. So I thought about it. I was paying a pretty penny on it. So to backtrack, I actually bought the car for $33,000, and I was paying like $520 a month. With insurance was like $202, and then plus it was, you know, a gas guzzler. Like it was just drinking gas like it was no tomorrow. I think I was getting roughly like 12 to 13 miles per gallon in the city, maybe on a good day. But I ended up selling it back. I made $3,000 off of it. So my mindset at that time was like, I really got into investing like buying stocks and stuff at that time of my life. And so I was like, you know what, if I sell this car, you know, I got a lot of money left over that I can start investing. Your boy got into Nvidia and AMD back in 2016. So you guys would think that I should be sitting on a pretty penny right now, with it being 2026 and the prices, you know, of these stocks went up, and I believe that they split a few times. But my dumb ass was like, yo, I just made $1,000. I done came up, I done made it. Whatever, that's another story. We can talk about that later. But I ended up selling the car. Now me and my wife, we have a 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee and a 2016 Nissan Maxima. So both cars are paid off. Majority of our money that we come in collectively, we put them towards investments, right? So we really don't like the idea of having a car payment. But of course, like, I'm pretty sure like the majority of guys out there, you know, we get that itch to want a brand new car. And I was looking at the Mustangs. I was looking at the 2026 Mustangs, which are pretty nice. The same car that cost me $33,000 back in the day, today starts at $46,000. 46. So I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and, you know, I went to the Ford dealership, or I went to the Ford dealership page, Ford.com, whatever. And I just started configuring the car. You know, if I was to get a brand new car, this is exactly what it would look like. Started configuring it, and I got to the end of it. It was $64,000. $64,000 for a Mustang GT. What is this? What is this? And I mean, I'm gonna sit on my soapbox, man, because as a guy who was just, you know, all about muscle cars and wanting every single one of them. I'm not partial to one. I love the Camaros. I love the Hellcats. I love Chargers, Challengers, Mustangs. These were supposed to be the working man's toy. This was supposed to be the working man's toy, where you could go work at a job making, you know, roughly 50, 60,000 a year, and you should be able to comfortably own an American muscle car. I mean, you still can, it just has to be used. But the days of you being able to afford a working man's muscle car is gone. It's gone. Back in the day, you know, 1980s, 1990s, you know, you see these cats with, you know, IROCs, Mustang fastbacks, you know, the whole nine. And a lot of them were working at like diners, or they were working at your local factory, you know, and they were able to have these nice cars. I mean, it's like I worked hard, right? I worked hard at my job, you know, blood, sweat, and tears at my job. And then as soon as I walk out into the parking lot, I see my fruits of my labor of this car that I really, really, really wanted. Right? And that's how I felt with my Mustang. You know, I worked at Costco at the time, topped out, getting bonuses and stuff like that. And I would come out walking out of work after a hard, long day, and I would just see my Mustang out in the distance. And I'm just like, yeah, that feels good. That feels good. I have a good job. I did everything I was supposed to do. I went to college, got a degree, I got my job. And I'm talking about, you know, the people in their 20s. And they are still struggling with all these high prices of everything. And it doesn't help. Like, I always felt like the car was like a way of being free, right? Like, it was definitely a sign of you seeing the fruits of your labor. To think now that a regular Mustang GT 5.0 costs the same as a Shelby 350 10 years ago is ridiculous. Ridiculous. By the way, I mean, I'm pretty sure you can probably find a Shelby like a 2017, 2018 Shelby 350 right now, I wouldn't be surprised if they're like roughly like $50,000, which is crazy. For it to be 10 years old and still be like roughly $50,000. But if you can get your hands on one with that, what is it called? The Voodoo engine? Go ahead, grab that. But I have that itch, man. I want a brand new car. I want a brand new truck. But to pay these ridiculous prices is insane. Now, I told you I was paying roughly $500 a month for this car, right? I cannot fathom the idea of paying over $1,000 for a car a month. I can't fathom that. You can call me broke, you can call me cheap. I cannot fathom paying $1,000 for a car payment. Me and my wife, we do pretty good. We do pretty good. We don't have any kids, live in a pretty nice area down here in Arizona. We do pretty well for ourselves. Can we afford that $1,000, $1,000 to $1,200 payment? Of course we could, to the point where it wouldn't hurt us, but it would hurt us. If you get what I'm saying. Because I'm like, this $1,200 could go somewhere else. This $1,200 a month that I could be putting in could be going into, VOO. It could be going into O. It could be going into NVIDIA. It could be going into Tesla, Apple, Microsoft, every month, making us more money. And I'm just like, I just cannot pull the trigger. So I'm just gonna hop off my soapbox right now and say, America, we gotta do better. Bring the good cars back. And on top of that, stop with these stupid looking cars. We want big, bulky, monster truck type cars, And I seen that crap y'all did with the Chevy Trailblazer. Like, why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? You didn't even need to do that. All right, so before I go ahead and end this video, I need you guys to do a couple of things for me. I need you to go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And the comment that I want you guys to leave is, what was your dream car back in the day? How much did it cost? What is your dream car now, today, and how much does it cost? All right, catch y'all later.